Calling this Girls Week Out, and we are taking 300 women aboard the Norwegian Jewel, the cruise liner, a voyage of self-discovery, really, for these women. We introduced you last week to several of them and their stories of perseverance, friendship, triumph, including Shequitta Kelly, who has friends who came through when she needed them most. Gail King is our special contributor on the cruise, editor-at-large of O, the Oprah magazine, and has a closer look at this remarkable woman.
It's a new and challenging adventure for most freshmen. But for Shequitta Kelly, her first year at Indiana University was against all odds and an escape from a difficult past.
I didn't want to stay at home because there was nothing there. There was nothing good there. I grew up in a dysfunctional family, I would say, a drug environment. I'm the first generation college student in my family.
Her family didn't think she could do it, especially since she had a baby as a sophomore in high school. But she followed her dream and took her little girl with her to college.
No one really had faith that I could do this with a one-year-old child. When I decided to go to college, you know, it was like my mom and my family was like, "How are you going to do this, Shequitta? You don't have a car. How are you going to do this, Shequitta? You don't have a job."
Until she joined Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and suddenly, for the first time in her life, Shequitta had a family she could count on.
She came and introduced herself to me, just like any, you know, normal college kid, you know, excited about being there, being away from home. You know, she was definitely always into her studies.
Shequitta and her young daughter quickly won the hearts of her sorority sisters. Soon, her dreams of becoming a great mom and becoming a lawyer became everyone's dreams, and they worked together to make them come true.
I wanted to be super mom. I wanted to be the best mom. So I wanted to prove to her that, yeah, you have the world's greatest mom.
Working full-time, raising a daughter, the support she got from her sorority sisters was invaluable.
They gave me breaks. You know, they would just come get her for me sometimes, just to give me a break.
I would pick Janae up. We would hang out.
I used to watch her when Shequitta had to go to class or whatever, and we all helped out, as you know, whatever we could.
They loved Janae. They pulled her in. She was at the sorority functions like she was a little Delta herself, you know.
Janae's a young lady now, and Shequitta says she wouldn't have made it through school without her girlfriends.
I didn't have any family there, and so they were it. They were my family. They made me laugh, they made me cry, you know, just telling me stuff like, "Man, you don't realize how proud I am of you." You know, to hear someone else say that, to hear someone else who I look up to, looking up to me, makes me, I have to keep doing it. I can't let them down.
God puts on us only what we can bear. I don't think I could have done what Shequitta did. So I look at her and I'm thinking, she's a strong person. And if she can do it with the obstacles that she has faced, surely I can do it.
Wow. Wow, we're sitting here now with Shequitta Kelly. Everybody uses the term supermom, but we're thinking you are a supermom, Shequitta Kelly. Now everyone's sitting here crying, going, because it brings back memories. I'm wondering, though, because at that age as a freshman, really you're just trying to fit in. Were you concerned about that, how you'd fit in going to school?
Yes, I didn't think I would fit in because all of my friends, they didn't have any children. And so I couldn't do all that they could do. And I was just afraid that they wouldn't want to be around me.
But I'm wondering why you even think you could take a baby to college.
I just was determined. I was determined to make it work. I had to do it.
And that determination has certainly paid off for Shequitta and all of the sisters who have helped her in the background, because we're happy to tell you that today Shequitta is a
prosecutor.
She's a prosecutor, and Janae is 11 years old.
Yes, she is.
You go. Congratulations. Charlie, back to you. We like her.
All right. Thanks very much, Gail. And Gail's going to have a fashion